Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video about Gizelle Bryant from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, listen, her and Robin Dixon have that podcast called Reasonably Shady, and let me tell you something, Gizelle 100% lives up to the shady part of that name. She most recently shaded a few of her co-stars. One was Wendy Osefo, two was Candiace, and three Mia, okay? And she did this shade in an interview that she did with Today.com. So in this interview, she pretty much said, listen, I have zero, and I mean zero interest in having any type of relationship with Dr. Wendy Osefo. So what she said was that last year, season 6, her and Wendy fell out. She said they kind of had a talk and, they had a serious woman-to-woman talk. But she said, Wendy is not capable of really doing that or having that. Wendy is one person off camera and a whole totally different person once they do lights, camera, action. So she said that's why when season 7 started, and they had the spring fling, and Wendy came up to her trying to say hello. She was like, nah, I'm good, girl, bye, okay? So that's why she said she will never, ever, ever have a relationship with Dr. Wendy Osefo. Now, that was Gizelle's reasoning why she claims she doesn't want to have a relationship with Wendy. But let's be clear. Gizelle has gotten into it with Karen over and over again. And at the end of the day, she will forgive Karen for any transgressions that Karen does against her. But yet, with Wendy Osefo, she doesn't want to forgive her for anything. I want her to do like Charitz wants Karen to do, right? Just own up to the fact that you just don't want to be her friend. Come on, Gizelle. That's what it is. You just simply do not want to be Wendy's friend. And we would much rather, as viewers, at least I would, that you would just say that and let it go. Now, the next person that she shaded, it was Candiace. She said Candiace is always crying victim. Gizelle wants to claim when she went to speak to Candiace this season about Chris, it was supposed to be nothing big, not that big of a deal. She was going to have a conversation with Candiace, and she claims that I know Candiace is sensitive. So I wasn't going to try to be extremely salacious and try to, call her out and say anything crazy about her husband. It was just supposed to be a talk. Now she wants to blame this thing on Candiace, okay? She's claiming that Candiace picked this thing up and made it a big deal. Gizelle, if you're sitting there pretty much trying to allude and tell someone that their husband made you feel uncomfortable, and you're telling this story that's being recorded for a reality TV show, and millions of people are going to get a chance and an opportunity to see it, you was being straight messy. So of course, Candiace is going to feel some type of way, especially because you claim y'all were friends before that happened, that scene. So she wants to act like Candiace just picked this thing up, ran with it, used it as a storyline, and so much so that she said at the end of season 7, although we haven't seen the end yet, the end already happened for them. She said at the end of season 7, her and Candiace were good. But this is how she knows for a fact that Candiace just want to run with this thing and use it as a storyline. When they did the ultimate girls trip together, she said Candiace once again picked up the fact that Gizelle was talking about Chris and tried to allude to the fact that Chris did all this craziness to make her feel uncomfortable. She said, doesn't Candiace have a song or something to sing? Why don't you go create a song or sing a song or whatever? So she shaded her. And she said again, in regards to Candiace, just like, Gizelle said that she has no love for Wendy and they're not friends, she said her and Candiace are not friends. Now, they also asked her, well, you know what? You want to act like there was nothing that happened between, Candiace and yourself. Like you didn't mean that in no crazy way. Well, they said to her, well, listen, even your bestie, Robin, felt like you was just doing the most, that Chris didn't mean any harm. And so the Gizelle's response was, listen, Robin can feel the way she feels. Like, we're always going to be friends. I don't need somebody to feel my feelings all the time, okay? Robin has her opinion. I have mine. And she said, no one, and I mean no one, is not going to change my mind or make me feel like I'm crazy because I felt the way I felt that day when Chris came to the room after the reunion. Well, you know what? Gizelle is Gizelle. But let's be clear. Gizelle, you can toss, and deflect what happened and put it off on everybody else but yourself. But the viewers, we saw what we saw. We believe what we believe. And we do believe that you were the one that was stretching this thing out and trying to make something out of nothing to have a storyline. But in that process, you was damaging the what I want to say, the reputation of a man. So that was messy. And so finally, she ends the conversation and she pretty much said that, overall, what she likes about the show is they have a sisterhood. Well, this sisterhood is only who you want in the circle, Gizelle, because you said that you would never speak to Wendy. You and Candiace are friends. So where's the sisterhood? And what she said about the sisterhood is that although they throw each other under the bus, they kind of save each other at the same time. So that's what she loves about them. And she also loves the original crew, okay? Which is her, Robin, Karen, and Ashley. So she loves kind of the original bunch, and that speaks volumes, right? That she said that. And the reason why I said it speaks volumes, because it seems like every other ancillary person that came after Karen, Ashley, Robin, and Gizelle, they kind of find some way somehow to make those ladies go away or to kind of push them out. So do you see the little pattern there? Do you see what's going on? She told the interviewer, what I love is our original core group, okay? Get that. And that's Ashley, Robin, and Karen, and herself. And then if you notice and you think about it, over the years, who always gets plucked away? Anybody but those four. So in a roundabout way, those four, even though they may fall out a little bit too, those four are like thick as thieves. And then anybody outside of that core group gets slaughtered. Monique got slaughtered. Wendy, if Gizelle's saying she has no love for her, who does Wendy film with? How does Wendy do these group things and these group activities? If now she's saying, I ain't got no love for Candiace, what does Candiace do? How do they film together? How do they have these group activities? Do you see that? And she also said, I forgot. She said, what happened between Mia and Jacqueline, she said it's unfortunate. But she blames the whole thing on Mia. She said, how do you have a 30-year relationship? You brought Jacqueline on the show. That's what she's saying about Mia. And now all of a sudden, y'all not friends? She feels like Mia did Jacqueline dirty and that Mia, could have done better by Jacqueline, especially because she brought on the show and how long they had a friendship. So the whole debacle between Mia and Jacqueline, Gizelle blames it on Mia. Now I will say this, the way everything appeared to us on the screen, it looks like Mia is 100% at fault for the demise of the relationship between her and Jacqueline. And it's just sad. It's a mess. But you see, they ushered Mia out the door because, again, if no one wants to film with Mia, what does she do? And how is she on the show, right? Going to be on the show. Well, anyway, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. How do you feel about Gizelle saying that, Candiace is always the victim? Listen, Candiace cried foul when the fight happened between her and Monique, and I say it was foul. Candiace called foul when they wanted to this season kind of crush her husband, Chris. And hey, listen, I'm calling foul with Candiace. And whether you like Candiace or not, you got to call a spade a spade. You got to call a thing a thing. It was wrong what happened to her with that fight with Monique and herself, and it was wrong when they all tried to pretty much bring all of these people in that act like all of a sudden Chris is the type of person that on screen, we never know what people do behind closed doors, but all of these seasons Chris wasn't on screen just grabbing butts of females and looking like he was being overly flirtatious with females. And then all of a sudden, this is who he becomes. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Don't forget to hit the like button. And do you think Gizelle is right that Candiace is always crying victim? See y'all in the next video.